Aquarius, Aquarius rising, and Aquarius moon people. This is your monthly astrological horoscope for July 2017. And a quick reminder for you Aquarius people out there, remember these monthly horoscopes are meant to govern the sweeping angles and changes of this month as a whole. And so very seldom does anything I'm going to put up on a monthly horoscope last for just one day. If you are looking for shorter term angles, flavor of the week, flavor of the day kind of things, check out your weekly horoscopes. The first half are exclusively astrology, so there's something for everybody. And another announcement for you all out there, the Tarot Home Study course is now available for purchase and download. Well, not right now, but it will be as of the 1st of July. And you can actually get that at my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's over 3 hours of video content plus supplemental documents coming from a book I'm working on, how to read tarot, how to learn tarot at your own pace, on your own time, and in your own space. And again, you can get that at my website, integrativemysticism.com. It's the same place you would go to get a session with me. So what is going on with your astrology this month? Well, this month we've got a leftover angle that we do want to talk about here because it's going to be going on for quite a bit. Until the 20th of the month, Mars is still cruising through your 6th house of reputation, physical health, your work, and your schedule. And while Mars is always working to get us that extra overtime money and extra overtime pay, when Mars is in our 6th house, we're also noticing that we are having a lot more of a competitive edge and competitive advantage over other people that work in the same field as us. Now, whether this is a competitive edge because we're performing better, competitive edge because we're promoting better, competitive edge because we're marketing better, we're starting to see a lot of these efforts just start to bear more fruit than most other people in our field or in our industry, which can be a really nice boost to your business. This is also a great time for a lot of you who are trying to get in shape by bulking up or getting more athletic, getting more active, getting more strength into your being, Mars being the planet of strength, it's the warrior planet. And when we see Mars in the 6th house, it's important not to overdo it, because sometimes we might overdo it a little bit. But what happens is that we start to notice, again, our athletic ability starts to go through a bit of an increase. We're seeing the results of our weight training go better. We're seeing ourselves perform better if we're interested in sports and activities like that. And that may actually be a really nice thing for some of you to know and for some of you to hear. But again, this is a double-sided blessing for a lot of you. And so I want you to enjoy that first, 3 weeks of the month for these reasons. I'm also going to expect you to enjoy this month because of Venus moving into your 5th house of love and romance on the 4th of the month, and she will be there all the way up until the 31st of the month. So we've got a strong love energy. Actually, the whole month is pretty much all about love. But it is going to be a focus on love for you from the get-go, because when Venus goes into the 5th house, it's time to start attracting new love opportunities into our life. For those of us who are single, when Venus is in the 5th house, we do tend to get more than just one person at a time, however. So, keep your options open. You don't have to narrow it down too much. Venus in the 5th house can also invigorate existing love relationships by bringing in more sweetness, kind of taking things back to, I guess you could say, a more nostalgic period in your relationship. What was it like when you first started dating? We may get to walk through those steps again. Venus in this area is also wonderful for those of you who are, looking to perhaps get a little bit more of that conventionally romantic behavior going on between you and a lover, and that's going to be very, very strong all month. On the 5th of the month, it keeps coming, we've got Mercury, planet of communications, haste, and speed, moving into your 7th house of closest one-on-one relationships. Now, this does definitely involve love, but it can also involve other people. Remember, your closest one-on-one relationships, I'm talking about your boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, BFF, business partner, as well as roommates, anyone who you share all that close time with. But with Mercury going in this area, we have an opportunity to speed up development towards a common goal with one or more of these people that we've been sharing all this time, energy, and possibly resources with. if we've been trying to look for a roommate to move into a new place, if we're looking to join business forces with a partner, or to get a business started with a new business partnership, or perhaps, again, speed up developments in a romantic relationship, possibly even getting things closer to officialhood. I'm seeing that happen more towards the 3rd week of the month, and we'll talk about that. But Mercury is about getting things to go faster where they've been going too slow. Now, it's important to be careful, though, because when we have Mercury in the 7th and Mars in the 5th, sometimes our idea of what is fast and what is slow can get a little bit skewed. Suddenly, people get a little bit impatient, and, you know, if they have to wait a month, they're going to feel like they're waiting for an eternity. And you want to make sure that it doesn't get carried out of hand, because sometimes, you know, that's where people make mistakes in these areas. They rush love relationships, they put too much money into a business situation too fast, you know, they try and hurry something along before everyone else is ready in the group. And so there may be kind of an interesting curb your enthusiasm, but great for I appreciate your enthusiasm kind of energy going on, especially in the first couple of weeks of the month. On the 9th, we do have a full moon occurring in Capricorn, in your 12th house. This is the area of your past, your privacy, and your hidden zone. And, you know, this is going to be a tense full moon for everyone, and no one's getting out of this without a little bit of trouble, unfortunately. Luckily, it's the only real big piece of trouble we got all month. And between the 9th and the 23rd, you know, there could be some issues coming up with an old problem that, you know, that we know we need to get over, that we know we need to get past, but we've really come to identify with it. You know, it's kind of almost hardened into a part of our persona. And the reason I'm saying it this way is because this is really, really tightly connected to Pluto, currently retrograde in this area, and opposed to Mars in your 6th house of your reputation. So what can happen is that we may actually have decided to give ourselves a label that we've grown out of. Sometimes we identify with a situation that happened in our past. We identify with something really good, or we identify with something really bad. It could be a grand achievement and a glory day. It could have even been, you know, pain or trauma. But if we let that identity become us, then our life just kind of stops. You know, that becomes the only story we tell ourselves, and we kind of peak there. And sometimes we don't want to do that. And this is going to be a time where we got to look and see, where have we peaked because we're still telling the same story, or identifying with the same issue long gone. It's actually a little bit deeper than we think. You know, sometimes we think it's easy to just get over it, or it's easy to just move past a good thing. Sometimes it's not, and that might be something that has to get brought up and called out. On the 20th of the month, we do have Mars, planet of action, energy, passion, and conviction, moving into that 7th house of partnerships with Mercury. And with Mars, we're talking about the opportunity to get closer and start bonding, get closer and have this greater depth of friendship in all aspects of this house. You know, how close, how are we good friends with our boyfriend or our girlfriend? Are we good friends with our spouse? That's always the thing that makes this one, you know, that shows the relationship's going to be super, super strong, right? It doesn't make any sense to be in a relationship with somebody who's not your friend. And this is definitely where we have an opportunity to get that bond stronger and cemented. We also have this bringing you closer to the BFFs in your life, or maybe if you haven't had a best friend to bond with or share that with, because we do need a best friend outside of the realm of, you know, family and love and the fair weather friends and the co-workers and all that. We do need to have a best friend. We really do need that right-hand man or woman. And if we don't have that, this is definitely pulling you in a direction where you can have that closeness and work on that closeness with them as well. On the 22nd of the month, oh, and Mars will be there all the way up until like the end of August. So, moving on from that. On the 22nd of the month, we do have the Sun moving into this area, followed by a new moon in this area on the 23rd. And it's all about cementing new partnerships. That's basically what this whole month is all about. New close one-on-one ties and relationships, really crystallizing them, and not only establishing trust, but also establishing this very, very strong, almost unbreakable bond. You know, where are we having the tightest relationships that work the best for all involved? You know, and there's a very big focus on mutuality with the sun in this area, because it talks about bringing things to an even keel and a balanced give and take in relationships. You know, obviously we take turns sometimes. Some people give a little more, some people take a little more, you know, but it should even out over time. But this is going to bring things into a perfect harmony with all involved. And again, the sun's going to be working this area over basically between the 22nd of this month and the 23rd of next. And the new moon is even giving a lot of you hopefuls a new person, again, to either have that relationship with, whether it's a new, you know, a new BFF or a new boyfriend, girlfriend. You've got a lot of options coming this month, which is why I've been talking a lot about keeping them open. Now, this could actually turn into something official by the time we do get into August, and a lot of other things are going to be supporting that as well as we get closer and closer to that month. But that doesn't mean we can't actually get started on the experiences sooner, and I think that that's where that new moon is going to be. On the 25th, we do have Mercury, planet of communications, haste, and speed, leaving this area and moving into Virgo, your 8th house of shared resources, passive income, and self-employment money. And over the course of the next month following, we're going to be noticing Mercury speeding up opportunities to drum up faster opportunities and faster payouts and faster payoffs in self-employment endeavors, in work endeavors, where you are doing things not only for yourself, but extra. You may be noticing sales are completing faster during this time. Opportunities to actually make a little bit of extra money doing little side projects at the office, again, outside the salary and hourly income. It's going to be more prevalent, and you're going to be more popular when it comes to handling that. On the 31st of the month, we do also have Venus, planet of love and harmony, moving into your 6th house of reputation, and this is going to be making you a lot more popular with everybody. Usually when Venus moves into the 6th house, we can see ourselves being put in high demand and given higher ticket items, possibly literally, possibly metaphorically speaking. You know, we're going to get noticed more by people that we need to notice, whether it's customers we're trying to attract, or maybe even people within our business or within our, you know, within our company that we want to actually start working for or with, or start working, you know, working in a different way with. Venus in this area makes people go out of their way to give you favor and do favors for you. And while it is an end of the month angle, being on the 31st, it will be with us well into August as well. So that is your horoscope. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. You know I appreciate it. And of course, if you ever want to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.